All right. Now we begin the news, y'all.
Which is about beer. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
Epic Games announces Unreal Engine 5 with a stunning PlayStation 5 demo. So we've all seen this, right?
Yes, we have.
All right. So Epic says the demo shows off what next generation game consoles will truly be capable of once developers have access to creative tools like Unreal Engine 5. And they said the hardest problem in the game development right now is building high quality games. It takes enormous time and cost.
Yep.
So they want to make it so that developers can, make their lives easier and more productive. So basically it's doing the same thing they're doing, but getting more out of it.
Yeah.
So making, same graphic thing, the input that they're doing is going to just put out better graphics and use the engine better. So that's cool. Because I don't want to be in a predicament where, like I was talking about before,
10 years,
where it's a 10-year cycle or like a 5-year cycle, and you get one game per generation, and then next system. Right. So that Grand Theft thing. So even so, I don't even know what to call that. Yeah, because that came out for 360.
I know they're doing that with like the cause of it is because of AI. That that's machine learning or whatever. That's helping.
Why they want everything to be smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what they did with the demo, they put together a demo running on the developer version of a PS5. The results were, at least to me, very, very impressive. Some people might not see it like I see it because it's on the TV, it's off of YouTube, and you know how it does. Like, there's certain things that it just can't show you right now unless you have the actual system running it remotely. So, in real-time lighting, the amount of detail in the rocks and the statues is crazy. And how expansive it got once you got out of the cave and flew down through the canyon. Like, it's just the way that they did it and how fast it did it and just how much they were doing at the same time. If you're just glancing at it, you're like, whatever. It looks like whatever I've seen. But if you know what's actually happening while it's going on, that's a huge leap in gaming. And for it to be just a demo and a tech demo basically,
right? Just
to see that implemented in a grand, like a AAA game, that's going to be insane. And this is the beginning. That's just the first thing they popped out of the system before they even learn how to use it and do it the right way. And it looks as phenomenal as that did. And that's the way you want to show new next generation games. A lot of people, I didn't see the back, we're going to talk about some other stuff that got some backlash. But this actual thing that they showed is what people wanted to see next generation. And, there's some people who aren't ready for next generation. They're going to hate and whatever. But for the fact that what they're going to do with this is insane. But, what they're trying to do with it, they're trying to remove the content scalability problem. So what that is you ever go in a game and you see like a tree and it looks like garbage.
Like paper?
Yeah, like paper. And then as you walk up to it, it gets more detail. And then you get up close and then it's super detailed. Right. So that scalability thing, like if you see a town and it looks like paper and then it pops up or mountain, stuff like that. They're trying to make it so that all the detail is in it constantly. So you don't have to have that jump.
Right.
So everything looks great from wherever you are.
It's no matter where you're looking on the screen. So if you turn the camera turns, everything is rendered in real time.
So that's what
using
this engine,
AI.
That's what this engine is primarily for.
Right. They do it. They use it in movies. It's in Hollywood.
It's insane.
But a lot of the stuff that they use it in Hollywood, it's like there's a saying they say with Photoshop, like the best Photoshop is done where you don't even realize it's Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like that's
that's not.
That's how it is in the game, though.
That's not a green screen. That's not a city.
Right.
Like it looks like the real thing.
Yeah.
But they say Epic says it may take a year or two for developers to grasp the technology and apply it to the releases. That's usual for a AAA game because anytime you see a new system come out, it takes about a year or a year and a half to 2 years to actually have that groundbreaking game that you've been waiting for. But they said that expect to see this engine in full on games in 2021. So, that's not to say that the developers won't get this earlier, so they can't put it in the games to come out then. So they'll probably have it much earlier, like now. But we won't be able to see it until 2021. So we don't have to buy the systems right away.
That's fine. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So I really want to see what that engine can do, and it's very cool. Like to see the ceiling blow out and the lights come in and just change the whole area. It's insane. It's insane. So
no, it looks cool. It looks interesting. I'm more excited about the fact that because I know this is going to change the way we play games, is the load times, like eliminating load times.
I'm about
completely.
load times. I'm
Like that-
excited about that.
That to me is more next gen than
that's-
graphics.
That excites me.
Well, I want to see how this engine works. Like,
Huh?
I want to see how this engine works.
Well,
with
if it can do that, well, that's like an icing on the cake type of thing. But if they can, I'm more impressed by no loading times than graphics.
Just
like,
quickness.
Yeah.
Just hit start. Boom.
If
You're
they
into
could
the
do
thing,
both at the
boom,
same time,
boom,
that'd be
just
great.
Go right
They
there.
said it won't
Yeah.
eliminate load times completely. It'll be very fast though.
Well, the way they do it now in developing, when they develop games,
It changes the development.
They kind of hide it. They trick you into
But-
loading time. So
What they did in the trail in this demo, they did do that shimmy through the kit to the
The
cave.
crevice.
So-
The crevice.
so it
yeah,
can
And
yeah.
they
load,
said
right.
that wasn't for loading. Just
Oh,
to let
really?
you know,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
for loading because
Right.
that was a gimmick that they did.
Well,
to
yeah,
load
for a
the
lot of
next
games, for a
area.
lot of games.
So I don't
A
know
lot
why
of
they
games.
put it in. They shouldn't have put it in.
Either way,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
But I
It is
mean,
or not.
Yeah.
Like, I
But I
don't
mean,
care.
that's a
the
thing.
thing with next gen. Everybody's all about the graphics because we had such a leap
Yeah.
from PS2 to
Right.
PS3 and so on. So everybody in the world wants to know what's the graphics
Right.
look like. It's got to look more realer than
Right.
real, and so that's good. They're showing that off. Like, hey, we can do this real time shadows on a bazillion triangles or whatever the video said.
But they want to see they're not as surprised seeing the graphics because they want to see a huge leap.
well, because we bottleneck now. It's just like cell phones, man. What else can you
I-
add to a
well,
smartphone?
Well, to add to that,
It's
it's like
gonna be,
we're
you
at
know,
the
be
point
bigger.
where it's like there's not going to be a giant leap anymore.
Yeah.
This isn't 60.
There's different
Yeah,
ways.
well-
It's not going to be that big anymore. I mean,
think
there's
it's
going to be
no.
lighting.
Well, the thing
there's going to
is,
be
like
textures
PC
and stuff
gaming.
like.
I've been a PC gamer
Yeah.
for a while, and like right now you can buy a 2080 RTX or whatever,
Ray
which
tracing,
is like
all that stuff.
a time and a half more powerful than this PS5 will be on launch. But the AAA games, they don't use its full potential because there's not a huge market for it. Once console gaming sort of brings in where the flow's going and how much like effort they put into getting the most out of the equipment. Like right now, like if you have RTX 2080 Ti, you're overpowered for anything that's going to come out. But once the PS5 comes out, then they have more incentive. They have a bigger market to make games and really push the limits of the graphics for that.
It's more about getting the tech to work
So
together
the consoles sort of dictate the pace of what we get.
because they're all the same for the most part. So the second they get that hard drive to run with that engine, to run with the ray tracing, that's all implemented the same way. You're gonna get stuff that runs better than a PC that can be bottlenecked by having something the wrong way,
Right.
Because everybody doesn't have the same PC.
I just hope that like once the PS5 comes out and Xbox comes out, that they don't run into the same issues that some of these games ran into when Xbox One came out. Like a lot of the UFC games and the wrestling games, they change over the graphics to they look awesome, but the way that they play,
sped it up.
there's glitches everywhere,
Yeah.
and they can't do certain things because they're not too familiar with.
They have to learn.
Yeah, they have to learn. Like I want a nice polished game to come
cool
out.
Thing, the cool thing is they said that moving from 4 to 5 with the Unreal Engine is that it should be smooth.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can
Well,
take
that's
those
good.
games, implement the graphics to change it without changing your program
That's good.
that much.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing.
Just to,
It's like an ease of
Dude,
use
I-
thing, or making it easier.
to make it easier to port.
I'm
to
thinking
some
back
system.
to the Xbox One. You just said that from the launch, and I remember Rise, the game Rise. Remember?
That was all graphics, no gameplay.
That was, oh god! I tried playing that because I saw the tech demo before the PS. I'm sorry, the Xbox One.
Some first release games are gonna be like,
Oh my goodness!
They got to chill with that,
I
man.
mean, it looked beautiful. It looked amazing.
I just don't want these systems to lose focus of
Right.
gameplay and
Right.
actual immersing you in that the world and making it play good
Yeah.
and look good at the same time. Not just say,
Yeah.
hey, look at all these dope graphics and the things it could do, but it plays like shit.
Yeah.
well, certain first releases are tech demos.
Yeah.
They just like, oh, I can do this. Watch what I
Unfortunately.
can do.
Unfortunately,
Pilot Wings was a tech demo,
Yeah.
like for Super Nintendo. You
One
know,
two
way back
switch.
then.
Let me stop.
Oh, don't even bring up 1-2 Switch.
That's a tech demo.
That shit was $59.99.
and it's still
out of
is.
your
And speaking
goddamn
of the
mind.
Switch
And it still is,
also,
right?
It's going to be compatible with Unreal 5.
Yeah,
What?
it is, but not to the extent. Not the same.
It'll melt that switch.
Your Switch will blow up.
I don't know if it's
The Switch will
wise for them to
explode,
make
yeah.
games for it, but on the Switch,
Do you guys smell smoke? Why is my Switch smoking?
Yeah, put that. Do the new Cooking Mama with Unreal Engine 5, man. It's a fire
Oh gosh! Oh gosh!